Morning traders, this is going to be a recap of live trades with added commentary. The live trades are here on video. These are all pre-market trades. You can see I've been trying to catch right from the very beginning of the pre-market, so I can show you how I find the stocks and what I do. But unfortunately today it's not going to be the best example. I often have issues for whatever reason with the screener on Webull updating on my laptop differently than it does on the desktop. No clue why, but if you're using Webull in the screener, it's a good idea if you can have two computers open with it. So let's get to the trades because the screener thing didn't really work. Okay, here we go. So I took 2 trades on IBIO. It was one of the top gainers, and it had the most volume of stocks that were in my price range. Right now, at this time, 434, it's trading with 118,000 shares. So that's pretty decent, but essentially, here's what happened. I mean, this is, the kind of crap that goes on when you're day trading. So literally, because basically one of my favorite things to do is to get in on the front side of these things when they run up. There's a little bit of risk involved in that, but I think in the pre-market, when you get in really, really early, you're reducing a lot of that risk because you're getting in at the very beginning of a move. You see that's like all consolidated right here, and all of a sudden volume is pouring in as soon as the pre-market opens. And notice this little pullback here. This would have been my entry for the break of this candle here, and I would have been able to catch, it looks like, almost 20 cents. I mean, I'm not saying I would have gotten all of that, but definitely probably would have gotten a 1 hour trade off of this, because I would have just sold out. My stop loss would have been right here, and I would have sold half at 1 hour, and then I would have probably sold the rest right here. So that would have been a nice trade. But anyway, I was interrupted, and when I came back, and I said to myself, okay, well, I'm just going to have to buy the pullback, like an ABCD pattern of whatever stock runs up. So IBIO was the stock that ran up, that was in my price range. And one of my pullback buys is when the first 1 minute candle gets broken. So that happened right here. It's a bit of an early entry, like for an ABCD pattern, because you'd rather see like a 50% pullback. But sometimes you don't get that in the pre-market. So that was how I justified that entry. And then my stop loss is, of course, the bottom of this candle. So I'm just going to fast forward. So there's my stop loss. Now I'm putting in my order to sell half at 1 hour, which then I notice is the top of the range. So I pull it down 1 cent just to avoid, resistance there. So then I also pull up OBS. I already know that wasn't the one. That one didn't have anything going on. So here, let's see. So you can see what happens. This thing starts to flush down. It goes near my, starts tapping my stop. I cancel my 1 hour order because now I'm getting ready to sell all if it breaks my stop loss. Notice that this wouldn't have happened if I would have gotten in over here. Even if I got in for the break of this candle, I wouldn't have been stopped out. That's another entry that I may have taken because there was a little place to take a stop there. So there, you see, as soon as it broke this level, I stopped out. So at least I traded my plan, but took a loss there. And then, so then one of my other things is like, okay, maybe you got shaken out, and that was an early entry on the pullback. Maybe you need to wait for a better pullback. So I wait for the next pullback and give it one more shot, which I think is a reasonable thing to do. So then, it breaks the high of this candle. Now I get in for same position size relative to my account. Same deal. Stop is at the low of the previous candle. Put in my order to sell 1R. Excuse me. Now you see those dash candles forming. That's a sign that the volume is pretty much gone on this thing. So that's not a good sign. I'm going to talk more about volume at the end, and you should stick around for that because it's really important. Now, Tour also was one of the top gainers, but it was a little bit lower in volume. Right now at 438 is trading with 35,000 shares, so lower volume. Now, there is something I kind of screwed up here. There's dashed candles. Whenever you see dashed candles, it's a good idea not to trade because that's an indication of low volume. This is a little bit higher float stock too, so it needs even more volume to move the price. But I did my typical entry. I think one of the ways I talked myself into this trade was that the stop was nice and tight, but you're going to see that didn't really help later. So I got two stocks going at one time. They weren't moving very fast, so I felt like I could do that. And then you can see I don't have to flip back and forth because look, I can watch this price right here. You see it's up 27 cents, and I think that at 24 cents, or if it dropped down to 23 cents, that's when I would have to get back over there and get ready to stop out, because that'll be when it hit my my stop area or stop price. All right, so let's fast forward. So this is back to IBIO. You see what happened there. It flushed out pretty quick. Look, you see that? So 415.31. Okay, notice this. This happens sometimes in Webull. I'm not blaming Webull for these losses though, because there's other reasons, and I'm going to get into that. See, this is $1.87 for 5-minute chart and $1.88 on the 1-minute chart. I think I noticed that, and I hit the refresh. See the price moved down to 185 here. That is where my stop limit is. Luckily, I noticed that. And then here it's 188. Now it's 184, which is my time to sell out. And I think you could argue I was a little slow, or I was trying to get this thing to refresh or whatever, so I took a little let's see where I got filled. I wanted to be filled at 184, but I think I got filled at 182, so I took 2 cents of slippage there for that. Now I come back over to Tour, which again I don't really think is a stock I should have been in, because here's the dashed candles, and that's part of my plan and my rule. I don't know why I'm kind of bending the rules this week. It's not helping, that's for sure. So more dashed candles, not a good sign. Let me fast forward. So far I was just kind of sticking to my plan, but after a while, then I realized, okay, there's really no volume. Look at the spread. The bid is now at 230. So I'm pretty much considering this a failed trade at this point. And the best thing to do once you realize that is to get out. That's the whole point of the stop anyways. Like if it hits your stop, it's a failed trade, so you get out. Well, now I know this is a failed trade. And I just went back to IBIO just to see what happened, just curiosity's sake, and it was a good thing that I sold when I did, because it just continued to flush down. So now on Tour, then it hits my stop, and you see the bid is still at 230, which that's where it was before. So now I'm just thinking I just need to get out of this thing. So now I put in a limit order. Now when the bid's at 230, that means that there's no one trying to buy except for at 230. So this is like a desperate attempt to save money on the way out. Just dragging this thing down 1 cent at a time, knowing that I'm not going to get filled until 230. So the only chance this could get filled is if there's some hidden buyer or something, which, you know, I don't even know if that's a thing, but that's what this is. And since it's not moving, I had time to goof around with this. But yeah, what ended up happening is I get filled right at 230. Here it comes. No reason to wait because this thing's not moving at all. You know, that would be holding and hoping, which is a stupid thing to do. So essentially, those were 3 losses. And I think I got to really go back to my 2 trades per session limit, because that would have saved me money today. It doesn't seem to be helping to take more trades. I actually took a bigger loss today than I did yesterday, which is bad. The only thing that's better about today is that I did get up in time. I took my time and read my plan. But I think the thing that I really screwed up on today was that I think I forced those trades because there wasn't that much volume in those stocks. They were the highest volume of the stocks in my price range, but that's not enough. Trying to see if I can get... So here's the... I don't even know if this is right. Let me look at it. Look at it on my laptop. Yeah, so this doesn't match my laptop at all. I don't know what the heck is going on with a Webull screener. Yeah, this is still the stuff from yesterday. Let me just close it and reopen it, see what happens. There. Pretty ridiculous. All right, so IBIO is down here, number 6, but it's the first stock in my price range. So right now it actually does meet one of my criteria, which is over 100,000 shares trading. But when I bought it, one of my other criteria is 10,000 shares per candlestick, or very close to that. And I'm not sure we had that. Well, yeah, actually we did. So that was good. But again, here was the main issue is I was interrupted during this time, pulled away from the screen, and the first entry that I would have possibly taken was for the break of this candle here, or for the break of this candle here. And you can see that would be a winning trade. So that was the first compromise I made. I know I missed my first entry, and then I tried to get in on a pullback. It didn't work out. You saw that. And really I should have stopped after those 2 attempts. Then I went in for a trade on tour, which this is not a good trade. The volume was light, 5,000. So not enough volume there. That's pretty much the end of the story on that one. Should not have taken the trade. So that's the biggest thing that I think is screwing me up the past 2 days, is I'm not taking enough, or not being picky enough with the stocks. So you can see this message to myself here. And yeah, I mean, I kind of debate on these might need to be yellow because, well, I think the IBIO is okay, but tour should be yellow, meaning that it broke my plan because it was nowhere near the volume that I need to take. So I'm not as upset today, even though I took a larger loss. I need to put a minus sign there than I did yesterday, because at least today I gave myself time to trade, to read my plan, and I felt more comfortable going in. But I, for whatever reason, I'm just not being as selective right now as I was just last week even. So that's the thing I need to work on for the rest of the week, because now, I'm giving back gains pretty severely. I'm already below the high of my the end of my month last month, which was here. And I made that $3.99, and I also added $3.99 to the account, so I've already eaten through that extra $3.99. So that's not a good thing. And whenever you're starting a red streak, or you're seeing problems in your trading, you got to figure out why. And to me, it's pretty obvious that I'm forcing trades with stocks that don't have enough volume. That's it. So if I did it better today, I wouldn't have taken any trades, because there was no stocks in my price range with enough volume. So, all right, well, that's it for today. I hope that you guys got something out of this, and let me know in the comment section below. Take care.